QAnon is part of that story. What'd you learn about QAnon from that?
Just an all-encompassing worldview. That family that I talked to, I call them the QAnon family, but it's called the Spencer family.
Mm-hmm.
They were non-political up until the Stop the Steal movement began in September of 2020. And within 4 months, their entire life revolved around the mythology and lore of Q. And I've never seen in my life a psyop just devour people's minds in such an intense way in such a rapid period of time.
And I love how the kids in the movie are also the voices of wisdom. In the Spencer family, it's the kid who like goes through the full journey.
Yeah.
Of like believing that whatever Hillary Clinton is a lizard, and just believing all the worst versions of the conspiracy theories, and then kind of waking up was like, what was the point?
Yeah, it was heartbreaking to see his disappointment in his dad for even following QAnon so militantly. Because he was like, I felt like they let my dad down. I feel like they let our family down. Because January 6th was supposed to be the day, according to QAnon, that the storm happens and that the military is supposed to mobilize and arrest the members of the deep state, Clinton, Soros, all that. Trump was supposed to go into a helicopter, and take control of the country back from, the swamp. And it didn't happen. In fact, the next day he was like almost denouncing it. Now he doesn't, but then he did. And it was really, I think it hurt people's pride a lot. My friend Forgiato Blow, he's a Trump rapper. He describes it that way. He says a lot of people's pride got hurt by January 6th.
Trump rapper.
Oh, yeah, dude. Honestly, there's some pretty dope Trump rap out there. I'm serious. There's
MAGA rap.
Yeah, like you would think like, oh, yeah, MAGA, there's no rappers there. But there's rappers, and they do a pretty good job.
They're good
at delivering the messaging they want to deliver, yeah. I mean, they think of stuff that I'm like, that's clever.
Oh, they have some political depth to them.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, is there something more you could say about like how QAnon works? Like who's behind it? What's your sense of who's behind the whole thing?
I don't want this to sound rude or anything. I just don't care about QAnon. You know what I mean? I've put so much thought into it, and I just can't seem to care about it.
Was it almost a disappointment? Because to me, it was like a thing that just captured a very large number of people's minds, and then it just kind of faded.
I guess that's why it just seems like it's gone, and the ideas of QAnon have just bled into mainstream standard conservative thinking.
But there has to be a kind of retrospective. Like that's the problem I have with COVID. A lot of stuff happened. Everybody freaked out. There's a lot of big drama around it. And now everyone's like, oh, okay, forgot.
Yeah.
Just like moved up. Wait, what are the lessons learned? Has anyone learned any lessons?
Yeah.
Like what?
Exactly. And what I'm saying is I don't want QAnon adherents to see this and think I don't care about them.
Yeah.
But like, as far as who is behind it, the damage is done.
Yeah, but what are the mechanisms that made it work? I mean, that's
what do you think? Have you kind of like thought about that?
I kind of think that these viral ideas can be driven by, and your film kind of shows this, by just a handful of people. And they're not malevolent. They just want the clout.
Yeah.
And there's something sexy. There's something really sticky about conspiracy theories, like especially extreme ones. You just kind of like, some of them can have this momentum. They capture the minds of a lot of people, and you just go with it.
Yeah.
And it like, when I hear some conspiracy theories, like, there's something like a small part of me that kind of like, yeah,
it's
like excited.
It's possible, that QAnon is a psyop to distract people away from actually uncovering what the deep state is and who is truly running things behind the scenes, because the deep state is just the 1%. It's that you get people so close to any type of class consciousness, and then you totally divert everything into like lizard humans who live on the moon, and that Hillary Clinton is eating babies on camera. And QAnon did just that. That they want to convince you that, one, there's no conservative deep state, which is even more hilarious, that Trump isn't connected to a huge, rich corporate apparatus of propagandists, and two, that the Democratic establishment is the only deep state, and that some middle of the road conservatives, that there's no grifters or manipulators outside of that three-headed snake,
There's grifters everywhere.
everywhere. Everyone wants to make money, dude. This is the world that we're in. It's in collapse. Everybody wants to make money, and engagement is the rule of law. So that's why these news organizations follow retention incentives. They want to make money by selling ads. So they try to create fear and constant division to enrich the corporate media establishment. And you have people who are almost realizing, hey, it seems like Fox and CNN might be owned by the same people and are tactically using these machines to keep us divided perfectly 50-50 to ensure that the power structure never gets disrupted. And then you get these people, you know who's going to save us? Donald Trump. That's the guy. How is that the guy? It's not the guy. And I don't have TDS. I'm not an orange man basher who thinks about the guy all the time, but I don't think he's the guy.